Good evening and welcome to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. I'm Andrew Gus, joined here with Garrett Drake at the Bloomington Ice Arena here with Frank. We're back here, back for Indiana Hockey. Tonight we'll be featuring the Indiana Hoosiers and the Bowling Green Falcons for some ACHA League action. Now the Bowling Green Falcons are 2-2 so far in the league, while the Hoosiers only 1-1. Interesting about the Hoosiers, so far they're 3-0 on Friday night so far with Sammy Billis in net. He's got a .954 save average, so every time Billis is net on a Friday night, the Hoosiers have been 3-0 so far. On Saturdays, it seems like they lose a little bit of momentum, and sadly they're 0-3, which makes them a 3-3 club. Bowling Green also 3-3. So tonight, the Hoosiers are going to try to do their best to get above 500, and at the end of the weekend, hopefully sweep the series. A few players to look out for. Cole Ferry for Bowling Green has got 8 points so far in 6 games. Now also for the IU standpoint, look out for Will Jeremy. He's got 6 points in 6 games. Speaking of the Hoosiers as well, you see the black jerseys tonight, the new third jerseys, they look great tonight, so make sure to watch out for those as well. And a little flasher on the TSCHL tonight. OU faced Cincinnati. OU ended up winning that game 5-2. 8:30 puck drop between Louisville and Penn State. 9:30 puck drop as well between Michigan and Xavier. And last but not least, 11:59, Kentucky and Miami. We'll have Indiana Hockey for you in just a few minutes with Garrett Drake for a 9:30 puck drop. I'm Andrew Gus for the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
And welcome in for the first time this season, the Frank Southern Ice Arena. And you're watching IU hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. The Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network is brought to you by Corson Security, Blue Blazer Events, and Top Flight Hockey. I'm Garrett Drake, and Kelsey Dennehy will be joining me shortly once she gets back from the IU volleyball game as they were hosting Purdue down in Bloomington tonight. And we've got a great matchup between two TSCHL teams here today, coming in with a record of 3-3 on both sides. Now looking at the starting goaltenders for both teams today. Indiana, it's going to be Sammy Billis in net. He's been solid all season. As you see, he comes in with a 1.66 goals allowed average and a .954 save percentage. Sammy B has been solid all year, and Indiana has relied on him heavily in their 3 wins. Now for Bowling Green, Leo Lapata is going to be in net, number 1 for the Falcons today. He comes in with a record of 1-1, a 3.58 goals allowed average, and an 887 save percentage. He does have a shutout this season as well. Now going to the Indiana side of things, on the bench, they're led by head coach Andrew Weiss in his 2nd season at the helm. Coach Weiss was able to turn this team around tremendously last year, lead them to the national tournament, and now here they are in year 2, wearing their black uniforms for the first time today, as Andrew Gus mentioned on the pregame show. Now for Bowling Green, they are led by Drew Harper, who is also in his 2nd season as well. And Harper has them off to a 3-3 start along with Indiana, so it's going to be a battle to try to get to 500 here tonight. We've got the opening puck drop coming our way in just a moment, and we'll be right back on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. And we are underway for the first time this season from the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Bowling Green in their own zone trying to get into neutral ice, and now the puck escapes, and chasing after it for the Falcons and working his way in, ripping a shot on Billis right off the bat. That was Mike Papianu right there. And now Indiana working right to left. Whitliff dragging into the zone. He's unable to get past the defender as he muscles his way towards the puck once again. Those black jerseys sure do look good for this Indiana team as that puck goes all the way to the other end of the ice, as Bowling Green will get a line change. The Hoosiers got some tired legs out there right now. We get a whistle with 19:04 remaining in the first. As we await a call. It appears they signaled a penalty, and it is going to go against Jack Knoll for Indiana. So Bowling Green going to the power play here with 19:04 to go in the first. The Hoosier penalty kill has been pretty solid this season, hovering around 83%. Near the blue line, working his way around. And a slap shot sent on that went wide. That one was off the stick of Nick Tigges right there. Brandenburg whacks at the puck, and it goes behind Billis. At the blue line, Horvath plays it all the way across, and leaving the zone is Tigges to retrieve that one. Indiana already taken nearly a minute off this penalty here as we're down to 8:20 to play in the first. Official takes the brunt of that hit there. As the puck is taken by Trent Gray, he plays it off the boards and all the way down it goes. Hawkins plays that one into the Indiana zone. And Bowling Green will try to regroup with 50 seconds left on this power play. And that's going to be an offside on the Falcons. Just 43 seconds left to kill for Indiana. Already had a few whistles here early on. It's Coach Weiss telling his penalty kill unit what he wants them to try to do here, and most likely just clear it to escape. Chambers made an effort at the puck there, and now here comes Falcons into the zone. They shot that was saved by Billis off the stick of Nitschke right there, and now it's taken back to the blue line. That one deflected out in front. Nice work with the stick right there by Leo Warner to keep that shot from getting to Billis. Seven seconds remaining on the power play, so the Indiana penalty kill looking like they're going to do their job here. Warner did a nice job pushing his man off the puck right there. And the Hoosiers will now move right to left. Slavin swooping in. He plays one off to DiLorenzo. He was working in with Jeremy. That one sent on Lapata, and he's able to knock it away. Swooping his way through the zone is Luke Coor, and that one goes right into Billis. He lost it momentarily as the puck winds up behind the net now. 16:23 remaining in the first. Indiana and Bowling Green still scoreless. Into the corner they go. Timmons lays a man into the boards, and then he hits the deck as well. Timmons swooping to the far side, trying to find an opening. He plays that one high off the glass, and DiLorenzo fumbled it in the neutral zone. He nearly got away there. Now Goodfellow. Back across, that pass intercepted. Goodfellow just chips one towards Lapata, and he forced to play the puck there as Goodfellow heads to the bench for Matt McKay. Puck out in front, it's still loose. Rebound opportunity after opportunity, and finally Bowling Green able to get it out. Tommy McDonald had a couple whacks at it. Kissel was down there as well. McKay sends one on that tried to go through the 5-hole. Saved by Lapata. Bit of a chaotic sequence right there as a big hit sends O'Flaherty into the boards. 15:15 remaining in period number one. It's starting to get chippy here. McKay, that one hit McDonald in the foot. And now Hawkins has to go back. McDonald lost it. Centering pass by Dubendorfer went wide of the net. And Bowling Green forced to exit the zone. They're going to get a couple fresh legs on the ice here as they try to set up their offense again. Henry Whitliff chases that one down, but this is going to be an icing against the Falcons. So it'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for Indiana. 14:38 remaining in period number one. Pass off the near boards, finds Castracani. He puts on the brakes, sends one on that hits a couple of bodies out in front of the net and never reaches Lapata. Warner does a nice job blocking in the lane there, and now Indiana coming back the other way. That pass just out of the reach right there of Gustafson, and it's going to be an icing against Indiana with 14:11 to go in the first. Both teams not really having many scoring opportunities. Billis and Lapata had to face a couple of crowds out in front, but they were able to get the puck out of there ultimately. Castracani wins the faceoff for Indiana. Puck dribbles out in front of Billis, and Knoll will slap one off the boards. Into the offensive zone comes Bowling Green. Castracani was able to come away with the puck right there, and now Knoll plays it off to Gustafson. Gustafson rips one on right into the glove of Lapata. 13:42 remaining in period number 1. Goodfellow at the blue line, plays it off the boards back to Simino. Centering pass tried to find Timmons, but the lane was clogged. Goodfellow with a good stick lift there, but swooping in and setting a shot high off the chest of Billis right there was Nitschke. Chase Nitschke for Bowling Green. He already has 2 goals and 2 assists in 6 games, as the Falcons have a few players who have been lighting up the scoring column. McKay puts on the brakes, and into the neutral zone it goes. Billis comes out to leave one for McKay once again. Working his way in is Matt Spears. At the blue line, the puck's sent on, and high off the net it goes. That was Jack Hawkins ripping a slapper from the blue line, and one of the things that we are familiar with at the Frank is the low ceiling. And right there, we get our first puck on the ceiling of the year. Bowling Green wins the face-off, down to 12:37 to go in period number 1. DiLorenzo back for Hawkins, now over to McKay. Slavin gets blocked off, and now there's a battle for the puck and then far boards. Jaros. McKay plays that one off the boards, and it finds Hawkins. Big hit in the near corner, as DiLorenzo felt the brunt of that one, as he will head to the bench. Fresh lines coming on for both teams, as Indiana will have a face-off in their own zone. Hoosiers able to win the face-off. Whitliff plays it over to Tommy McDonald. O'Flaherty with a nice tip pass finds Kissel. It's a 3-on-2 for Indiana. Kissel leaves it off. O'Flaherty sends one on that got blocked in front. McDonald tried to find Warner, but the puck exits the zone. Now it's chased down by O'Flaherty, and they break it. Kissel working in, gets his stick lifted right there. A nice play by Trey Zeeble for the Falcons. Billis passes one up to McDonald. Tommy swooping in, slap shot blocked by Lapata. Tommy said he'll just let it rip as he caught Bowling Green in the middle of a line change. Now McDonald swooping into the neutral zone once again. Backhands one over to Goodfellow. Goodfellow sends one on that gets blocked out front by Lapata, and he takes a big hit as a bouncing puck found the glove of Leo Lapata with 10:59 to go. Goodfellow appears to be all right. That was quite the collision right in front of us. The boards are shaking. Knoll wins the draw. And into Indiana territory it goes, where Goodfellow is able to halt the fast break. Gustafson plays one back that just missed the stick of Knoll. Goodfellow kicks it forward, but it finds the stick of Tigges for Bowling Green. Goodfellow using his body there to get his man off the puck. Now swooping through is Castracani. He puts on the brakes. Looks for some reinforcements, and he finds them at the blue line. Here's a slapper sent on, deflected down by Gustafson. Bowling Green wanted a high stick on that one, but no call. Hawkins backhands over to McKay. McKay takes a big hit. He gets leveled into the boards, and now coming in is Chambers. Battle for the puck in the neutral zone. Spears is fighting forward in there with a couple Falcons, and Indiana coming away with it. Warner working into the offensive zone. He sends one on Lapata that gets blockered away. 10:40 remaining in period number 1 from Bloomington, the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Spears centers one, a pass, they score! Aiden Semino on a backhand pass from Matt Spears. Indiana jumps out to a 1-0 lead with 10:25 to go in period number 1. A beautiful play by Aiden Semino right there to put on the one-time opportunity set up by Matt Spears. And Sim gets the scoring started here today. Bowling Green wins the face-off from center ice. And bodies continuing to hit the deck here, and that's going to be whistled offside. DiLorenzo got caught creeping just out in front. Jeremy wins the faceoff. Warner slaps one over to DiLorenzo. Neither team able to escape the neutral zone. Finally, the puck is taken there by Slavin. We're down to 9:42 remaining in the first period here. As we get a whistle with 9:40. Indiana already with 10 shots on goal in the period, but Bowling Green has been leading in hits at a tally of 11-9. Just 4 shots for the Falcons, and Indiana, like usual, controlling the faceoff dot. Near the blue line, that one sent on and blocked out in front. An easy block for Slavin as that puck hit him up high. 9:34 to go here. If you're just joining us, it's a battle of 2 3-3 teams in the TSCHL this season in Indiana and Bowling Green. Both teams will be back here at the Frank tomorrow at 3:30 for the second game of a weekend series. Timmons swooping through the zone. Almost runs into the official, and now the Falcons trying to get it out. Lapata gobbles up the rebound there and just puts his glove over it with 9:15 to go. Has fresh legs for the boys in black here today. O'Flaherty takes it on off the faceoff, centering pass. Kissel try to whack at it, and they're unable to keep the puck in the zone. Goodfellow takes another big hit, but he finds O'Flaherty. He's got McDonald with him. Tommy shoots one, saved by Lapata. Rebound batted out of there. A nice play made by Tigges once again. Nick Tigges, the freshman, has been all over the crease so far. getting rebounds out of there. O'Flaherty tried to land a big hit, but he missed and went straight into the boards. Here come the Falcons, a shot gobbled up by Billis, and he's able to cover. He tried to glove it down, but he ended up batting the puck right into his lap right there. 8.5 minutes remaining in period number 1. We've been getting a lot of stoppages here in these past couple minutes. Noel bats that puck down. Gustafson swooping in, and they're going to whistle him offside. It's like a high stick was the call as the faceoff goes all the way to the Indiana zone. Leo Warner controls off the faceoff. He finds Gustafson. Castracani plays it up to himself. He gets bumped off the puck, now gets it back. Centering, Castracani got knocked away before he could get a shot off. Gustafson loses possession in the neutral zone, now fights for it. The puck gets past Warner, and here come the Falcons. That one fumbled by Bertzloff. And Gustafson working back the other way. He's got Knoll and Whitliff with him. Gustafson works in. Shoots one right into the blocker of Lapata right there. Jack Gustafson was hunting for a goal on that play. Big collision into the boards with Castracani. That one whacked in behind the net by Bertzloff as he will head to the bench as well. Little bump in the back of Matthew Spears right there, but Bowling Green able to take over. Chambers nearly stole it back on a own zone giveaway by the Falcons. Schuler gets taken down and he goes crashing into the boards. A nice defensive play up by Goodfellow with no penalty call. Again, Schuler hits the deck and Spears tried a backhander that gets picked off. Nice block out front by Chambers to prevent that one-time opportunity from the centering pass. Papiano now works behind the net. At the blue line, the puck is sent in by Gray. A backhander by Papiano gets blocked away easily by Billis. That was more of a spinning wrist shot from a strange angle. Logan Hershey plays that one behind. And finally, Indiana able to escape with Semino as he heads to the bench. Working his way in, Spears spinning. He tried to go with the same move that we just saw at the other end with the spinning wrist shot. He was unable to get it on net. Brandenburg does a great job getting this man off the puck, and O'Flaherty working into the zone. Indiana has to wait for McDonald to get back onside. 5:43 remaining in period number 1 here. Indiana continuing to lead 1-0. Here's a shot by O'Flaherty. And Lapata did a great job covering the far side of the net as he had to slide all the way over. We've seen a couple good saves from Leo Lapata, but he did let one by him. Brandenburg hits the deck as he leaves one off for McDonald. O'Flaherty able to intercept. Kissel loses possession, now chases it down. Couple of opportunities for Indiana to whack at it near the net, but both times a bouncing puck just made it out. Official dodges that pass off the boards as Henry Whitliff will go behind the net of Billis to get the puck. McDonald finding Jeremy, who leads Indiana in points. He shoots one that tried to go top shelf, and he just made it over the net. That was a quick wrister from Will Jeremy right there. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. Been a bit of a physical game thus far, but we've seen Indiana have to go through a lot more. Luke Coor carries in. He sends one on that's sticked away by Billis. Coor still yet to register a point for Bowling Green thus far in his 6th appearance. Backhand shot sent on. That was blocked away easily off John Jaro's stick. He does have 1 assist on the year. And this is going to be an icing against Indiana here, so we'll go all the way down to the other end. Indiana now up to 17 shots on goal in the period compared to just 8 for Bowling Green. They've been letting them rip early, and it's easy to see how that's translated to the score thus far with it being 1-0. Indiana continuing to dominate in the face-off circle, and the hits starting to even out a little bit. Indiana actually with a slight edge at 17-14. Some chirps from the crowd being laid on, as this is the first time Indiana's played in Bloomington since last season. 8 months to be exact. Working his way in, Bertzloff sends one on, blocked away by Billis. Second shot opportunity again hits Billis, and they get another rebound opportunity that was slapped on by Coor. But Sammy Billis able to freeze it with 3:14 to go. Indiana able to win the draw. Gustafson plays it off the boards. Castricani chases that one down, and somehow that puck didn't hit the ceiling. Might be a good break for Bowling Green here as they work in, and it's going to be whistled offside. Fortunate break there for Indiana, as that puck actually went through the rafters, somehow didn't hit anything, and came right back down onto the ice, leading to a fast break for the Falcons, but it was whistled offside. Final 3 minutes of play in the first period. Indiana leading 1-0. Gustafson through the legs, backhand, he scores! Jack Gustafson with an incredible backhander off of a nutmeg, and he finishes it top shelf shovel. Jack Gustafson with an incredible play right there to make it 2-0. That might be a Player of the Year candidate here early on if you're just tuning in. Gustafson extends the lead to 2 with 2:47 remaining. Semino plays one back into their own zone, and it's chased down by Brandenburg. And that's going to be a grab on the puck there, as Brandenburg and Rudo looked like they both had their hand clenched around it. So we get a stoppage with 2:29 to go. What an incredible goal that we just witnessed by Jack Gustafson. Brandenburg just clears that one into the zone so Indiana can get some fresh legs. .212 remaining in period number 1. Here's a chance for the Falcons. A shot ripped on, blocked out in front. A nice defensive play by Jack Hawkins, putting his body on the line to save that puck right there. And now Hawkins works through the zone. He's got Spears with him. Spears works his way in. He tried leaving one off for O'Flaherty, but he got bodied while he was trying to do so and didn't get much power on it. Warner Finds one for O'Flaherty as he just tips it forward. Down to a minute and a half to play in period number 1 here. Whistle blown, and it looks like we're going to get a face-off in the Indiana zone here. Now they'll bring it to center. O'Flaherty will take the draw for the Hoosiers, going up against Jacob Dubendorfer for Bowling Green, and Indiana wins the draw. Final 90 seconds of period number 1 here from Bloomington. Whitliff sends one on from blue line that gets blocked out in front. Now clearing the zone is Rudo. Both teams just playing pitch and catch back and forth here in the final minute of play. Big collision right out in front of us, as Warner slow to get up right in front of us, but he's able to get to his feet. Whitliff gets muscled off the puck, and now coming the other way for Bowling Green is Jeff Wood. Wood leaves one off, a shot sent on, blocked away off the stick of Shoot right there, and Billis able to cover with 31 seconds remaining. Again, Indiana able to win the draw in their own zone, attempting to get the puck out. DiLorenzo pokes at it, and he nearly had a fast break, but a good job by Colin Nelson to cut him off. 14 seconds remaining. Billis comes out to play the puck. And it looks like the Hoosiers content with just trying to get this period over with a 2-1 lead. 2-0 lead, excuse me. Timmons just clears that one in. 20 minutes are down from the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Indiana with 2 goals. They lead at 2-0, and an incredible play we saw by Jack Gustafson. We'll have to talk about that at the beginning of period number 2. And we'll be right back with the start of the second period in about 8 minutes or so. You've been watching Indiana Hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back for period 2. I'm Andrew Gus, joined alongside Kelsey Dennehy. Hoosiers up 2-0 after period 1, and we are back with a new set of ice and some new legs. As the Hoosiers now start this possession, they'll get the puck in deep. They'll try to start the cycle now down below. A shot goes just wide. Leo Warren will now step up. The arm goes up, and a slash, I'm assuming against the Hoosiers with the whistle.
Such a bummer to get called so early. I mean, we've seen them trying to generate these plays for so long, and it succeeded a couple times in the first period, but, you know, you can't really do too much when you're trying to play man down.
Will be Jack O'Flaherty setting for 2 on a slash. And Kelsey, you missed the first period, but the Hoosiers went to the box within the first 2 minutes of the first period as well. They were able to kill that off a Jack Null penalty. So we'll see what they do here. Very physical first period with lots of shots both ways.
Yeah, Indiana leads Bowling Green 18-11 in shots and 19-16 in hits. So definitely a physical but active game.
The Hoosiers will win this one back as it'll go down and down the length of the ice, 200 feet. Lapata tries to step out the play. It'll slip just over his stick. Chambers now on the attack. He'll pin a man up against the glass. Bodies collide. This will kill off a few more seconds of the Hoosiers' penalty kill. A man will step over his own puck. Chambers tries to go for a shot. That one off his stick. He'll send it back to the neutral zone to kill some more time. Hoosiers will now hold this one and fire it down the ice off the skate of a Bowling Green Falcon. Now the other way they'll move. This one across the blue line, back in deep. Henry Whitliff, he'll take a slap shot. This puck just able to escape the Hoosiers' defensive zone and back into neutral ice. This one rims all the way around the boards to the near side left glass. Big hit from Whitliff. He'll send a man down to the ice as this now works on the far side board. The Bowling Green Falcons move left or right. They'll now send us down the half wall. Freeze up, and here comes Whitliff the other way. Close call there, but Zimano's skate was just over the line. The Hoosiers got called for an offsides there here with 18:31 left in period 2. And the Hoosiers still on top, 2-0 over the Bowling Green Falcons.
You know, Andrew, this is why it's so important to have an aggressive penalty kill, because you get those opportunities like Chambers did down low and like Whitliff was able to free up and move towards their offensive zone.
Spears will chase this now in deep as the Falcons will try to start a little rush here on their power play. Only 40 seconds left. Drop pass here on the blue line. They'll send it across D to D. Now back. Shot taken by Tiggs. He'll send this one just wide. A nice save by Billis. Back to Tiggs. He'll get another rip. This one off the far side, Pat Billis. A nice save by him on the blocker. The pillow came in clutch there. And again, down the length of the ice, the Hoosiers will get a shot there. And a nice, very nice play by Kasserkind, forcing a nice whistle.
Yet again, we see a nice rush from Indiana. And while we were talking about before, you can't necessarily do too much on a penalty kill, there is still some opportunity for some plays to be made. And when you have those opportunities, you have to take them. Because what else? I mean, besides a goal, you don't really have much else to lose on the penalty kill when you're a man down like that.
McDonald will step on this one. He'll try to take a shot off the draw. This one off his skate, and now the Falcons going the other way. Fail. He'll try to take this one as he fails there. Back in the neutral zone. Nice hit by Timmons. He'll separate the man from the puck. Puck still in the zone. The Falcons now in low. This one goes and right into the glove of Sammy Billis. They'll cover that one up with 17:30 here in the second. Billis made that one look easy, like a left fielder in left field. Getting into the puck, grabbing with the glove.
It's nice to see Billis taking these starts because it gives the team just that extra pat on the back that they need to create those offensive opportunities.
Yeah, you're right about that. As we said, 3-0 so far, the Hoosiers with Billis and then on Friday nights. And they'll hopefully continue that streak tonight. As Kissel now across the blue line, he'll send this one off the stick of Lapata and out of play. We got a quite nice crowd here. I'm kind of surprised for the home opener. The black jerseys, a very fun fest-filled occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not super surprised about a good turnout at the Frank, but for a fall break weekend, this is definitely good stuff. Can't complain.
Right. The campus has been dead, so the amount of people here is probably the amount of people in Bloomington right now. As McDonald sends this one back in deep. He'll chase after his own puck. Bowling Green Falcons will start their breakout now. This one will be held in. O'Flaherty, a nice play there. Try to separate the man from the puck now. A 2-on-2 going the other way. Out wide, cutting the net. Billis. This one on the back door, saved away. And Kissel now marches left to right. He'll look a far side pass. He'll connect with McDonald. He'll hook on the jukes. Not enough as the Falcons now a 2-on-0. And this one right between the legs of Sammy Billis off the deke. Like that was number 25, Luke Kerr. His first goal of the season, the sophomore. And now the Hoosiers only up 2-1 as the Falcons cut their lead in half.
And it's those types of plays, Andrew, that you just can't let happen. When you're in your neutral zone, there's enough time to regroup and settle down where you don't have to throw the puck away and let it turn over and let two guys just come in on Billis like that. There's not really much he can do in those situations besides make his best guess as to who's going to go where.
The shift after a goal is normally one of the most crucial shifts, so we'll see how the Hoosiers feel about that. It's a big hit right in front of us. That's Whitliff. He'll send a white jersey, plaster into the glass. Well, Jeremy now steps in. This one just passed. DiLorenzo tries to go. Luke Slavin steps up. DiLorenzo a 1-0. He gets tripped in, crashes into the boards. The arm flies up, and a penalty shot will be signaled by the referee.
It's taken DiLorenzo a couple seconds to get up over there. It looks like he went flying into that net, and the Hoosiers are hopefully, as it looks to be, going to get an opportunity to reclaim that opportunity right there for DiLorenzo.
And I think he's all right as he's skating out in front of us. He's shaking it off a little bit.
Yeah, one of those things you just got to get moving right away. Oh, and we've got a nice little penalty shot going on
First
over
of the year.
here.
First of the year. He'll clear the ice, and the whistle's blown. DiLorenzo scoops it up. We'll see what he does. On the near side circle. And he goes left side! And then back of the cage. Ethan DiLorenzo.
No doubt about that one. He was locked and loaded from the second he got up from that fall over there behind the net. You could just tell he was ready to go.
A great play by him. He took that and made a weird angle for Leo Lapata to see that one, and he just sniped that one low side left blocker. Twinkling twine. Here with 16-11. The Hoosiers now a 3-1 lead. Hoosiers will win this face-off. As Whitliff now trips up a man. Kane put in the glass. Flying through the air. That was Gustafson as he'll bring the puck back. Leo Warner rims this one around the boards. A nice tip by Knoll, and it looked like off the glove. One of the Falcons just in front of their bench. Another whistle.
It was that next goal was going to be really important for the Hoosiers. You know, a one-goal lead is practically nothing, especially in this type of hockey game.
You're right.
You want to keep the lead pretty big, and so by getting that goal, DiLorenzo puts them up a big confidence boost for the rest of this period.
And not to mention the Hoosiers' third TSCHL league game, so you hear the word league game, and it actually matters. So they're playing for something here. Oh, a nice shot on net there. A good tip by Gustafson, trying to find his second of the night. The Hoosiers now work this in deep on the outside of the net. That was shot by Kane again. Still has the puck on his stick. He'll be the forehand, backhand off to the point. Timmons, he'll play pitch and catch for a second. Timmons takes a shot on it and tipped in front of the net. Jack Gustafson, his second on the night. 15-21, the Hoosiers increase their lead to 3, 4-1. And number 20 in black has got a smile from ear to ear after that one.
Jack Gustafson is right where he needs to be at all times. There's really no play where he isn't either parked in front of the net, ready to take the play to the net, or he's making it, and he's making those moves around everybody, and it shows.
A great poise there with the puck with Griffin Timmons. He could have shot that a little sooner, but he let the play develop. He let the screen set. And next thing you know, off of Gustafson's stick and in the back.
Smart defensive play.
This puck will go down the length of the ice. No icing off the tip. They'll send this around. As Timmons now pins up a man against the wall. Chambers sends this one around. Spears will now get pinned up as he'll get chased. Cat and mouse as the Hoosiers now break out. Simoneau looks for a far side pass. That's stolen away from the white and orange. Chambers leaves a pass. Shot just off the glove. That was taken by Aiden Goodfellow, the club president. Spears now will attack this puck in the far side corner. He'll get held up for a second. No penalty called as now the Hoosiers move it out to the point. Point to point they'll move. Simoneau now just slips off his stick. He'll take a low shot, almost in the back. Off a skate blade. Didn't make it to the front. Timmons now goes off the glass and hits the ref. The wrong place, wrong time. The Hoosiers now put it in deep. Hawkins will chase as now the other way go the Falcons. A one-on-one pass. Just off the stick. Not able to capitalize. Still in the zone. That'll be on the stick of number 25, Luke Kerr. He's the one that scored the lone Falcon goal. He'll try to tip this one in front. Nothing doing there. Now Hartsey sends us in. Piece of broken lumber there on the ice in the way. Hawkins, a nice move. He'll go left to right, weaving with the puck. In front of the net, Billis. Didn't have to worry there. 13:26 here in period 2. And back to the point. Now the Falcons trying to set up their zone. This one off of Billis' blocker. Another nice save by him. Timmons rims this one around. Luke Slavin, the freshman forward, sends this one in deep. Awaiting that puck will be Tommy McDonald. On the near side, far side hash wall. And before you know it, this puck bounces out of the zone, going in favor of the Falcons. Nice hit by Warner, able to slow up the play a little bit. Slavin eats up a hit, able to get the puck out of the zone. He'll try to dribble with it there. McDonald a few feet over the blue line, and offside's the call.
That last couple seconds in the defensive zone was a glimpse of the chaotic scene we've seen the past couple weeks in the defensive zone, where the Hoosiers are just letting the middle slide through, and luckily they were able to catch up on it and figure it out. But that's something they definitely are going to want to avoid going into the rest of this game, especially with the lead they have right now.
DiLorenzo fresh off a penalty shot goal. He'll get held up and put in the glass. Him and Trent Gray still battling now. Slavin steps in to help for a reinforcement effort. Now Jeremy fires this one off. Near side pad. DiLorenzo scoops it. He'll try to put it up front. Jeremy digs in front. Still loose. Goalie on his back. And the Falcons now out of their zone. Really nice hit on the play. 2-on-0. Slavin gets it back. And a beautiful save by LaPata as Jeremy was sitting back door. And he made a tremendous effort there, sprawling post to post and making the save.
The thought was there on that play for sure. It looks like that pass went off just 1 second too late, where he was able to read that play and get over to the other side just in the nick of time.
Now, I don't mean to blame the stick for anything, but Jack Gustafson was telling me he was going to use a different stick today at lunch. So I'm curious if that has to be it. I mean, you never know.
What dining hall are you guys eating at?
McNutt.
Okay, the best one.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, a stick's a big part of the game. That's how you play the puck.
It's in your hand all 60 minutes. So fires another one, nearly a third. As now Gustafson again chases. Stepping in Leo Warner. He'll hold the paint. Castor Kane battles down low. He'll go down to a knee. Off of a slash. They'll battle as the Falcons now move. This will be number 16, Mike Papaneo. They'll send it across. And before he knows it, the Hoosiers have stolen it away from him. Gray chips it through the middle. Henry Whitliff steps up. Billis, he'll step out of his net. An aggressive play, but a smart one there. Be able to clear it out of his zone. No, he'll chip this one off the boards. Nice hit by Castor Kane, and now Jack Gustafson. He'll put on the brakes, a toe drag. Gusty fires in front, and another goal! How about that? This one to number 23, Nick Castor Kane. And the assist, who else but Jack Gustafson, a three-point night. And the night is still young, with 11:13 left in the second.
And that is the contribution that we are told we're going to see. You know, talking to Coach Weiss a couple weeks ago, we talked about the rookies and how much of an impact they really are going to have on the season, and that is a great example of why they're here and what they're here to do.
And just like that, now the Hoosiers, as we said, the TSCHL league game, have a nice big lead now.
Happy Friday, TGIF for the Hoosiers.
And Leo Lopato will hit the showers as Zach Brown, number 33, will now step in net. This will be his fourth game. He's so far 1-2 on the season. We'll see what happens. This one fed towards the middle. Simino gives it off. A nice tic-tac and toe. Here comes Matt Spears. He'll send this to the middle. Off of a stick. Still digging now at the top of the circle. Timmons. He'll fire one. This one off the glass. A good attempt nonetheless. Now a one-on-one. Timmons back checking hard. Shot in. Right in to the 5-hole blocking pad of Sammy Billis. Mark Rudo thought he could beat him there. The sophomore forward had nothing but Sammy Billis holding up the cage.
Hey, and he sent a clapper on to Billis too, but I don't know about anybody else. I was kind of sitting there waiting for the puck to trickle out a little bit. Not that Billis doesn't have it, but that was a hard shot, and he just secured it right away.
O'Flaherty ties this one up. The Falcons win it. In a 5-1 Hoosiers lead. You're going to want to keep capitalizing and keep the momentum going. A nice hit there. As now Jack Kissel, the senior, will give it off. McDonald, he'll fire this one low. And testing right away. The goaltender who's been sitting on the bench for 30 minutes now.
Time to get warmed up, but real time.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, right when you get off that bench, give Brown a shot right away.
I mean, I played goalie once ever in my life, and we won, but the score was like 11-10, so it wasn't anything crazy. I don't know if I can speak on that.
Tough position. Matty Spears, he'll work this one back down low. Now Bowling Green start their breakout up the middle. Puck still floating through neutral ice as the Hoosiers will try to claim possession. This one finds the stick of Spears. He'll dangle through the middle. 3 defenders. Spears up backhand. A nice shot by him. And Brown must have covered that. Everyone lost it for a second. And there it is, up in front of the blue paint there. 9:52 here in period 2 at the Frank Southern Ice Arena for the first time this year. Very exciting.
So exciting.
Hoosiers will win this one back. Stepping in. And I'll send up the near side as the Hoosiers will try to break out of their own zone and get some more offense. Simino able to clear it out. This one will go down, not enough to be an icing. Kerr scoops it up. He'll take a hit from Simino. McDonald, he'll fire down below. Another. Third chance, still not enough. He'll get tripped down to the ice. And the Bowling Green Falcons in orange and white moving the other way. Trey Zabel trying to dangle through the hole. Freshly uniformed Indiana Hoosiers. Did not work there. Kissel heats up a hit. So now the Falcons chip this one out. Waiting, that's Jack Hawkins. He'll send this up the boards. Waiting there is number 22, Jeff Wood. He'll send it in deep. Puck made its way back to the blue line. O'Flaherty held up. No call there. You wonder if it's because it's a 5-1 score. Now Kissel shoving all in front of the net in a dog pile. I mean, Kelsey.
Tommy McDonald goes at it. And there goes this. Oh, maybe it's still on. But he is dragged to the ice.
And I'm not going to blame the officials on that play at all, but I would like to say that there was 2 penalties there for the Hoosiers going down left to right, trying to start some offense there.
Unbiasedly, yes. And Tommy McDonald's gotten tossed by the same guy twice, and his helmet's not on, and the refs have yet to intervene.
And again, it would not have happened if the whistle was blown immediately. I mean,
exactly.
The officials can't even control it right now. Like,
I'm not an official, so I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure when the net gets knocked off, a whistle's supposed to be blown, and you know, these types of things can be avoided, but luckily nobody was hurt, and it's looking like Jack Kissel's going to take a seat in the box, potentially with a couple of the Falcons. But
and he's going at it, too, with mouth, verbal. He's still chirping all the way. Excuse me.
And Bowling Green politely takes McDonald's stick to the bench. Maybe not McDonald's. Might be Kissel's.
Yeah, that was Kissel's, yeah, it looked like.
Kissel got distracted, left him behind.
So it looks like Kissel's still, his jersey's being held by the official. And then it looks like number 4 of Bowling Green, that'll be Trent Gray. Maybe just taking 2. You can still see Kissel trying to yell over. And they'll also take number 13, Adam Birtzlaff. So you wonder if the Hoosiers will potentially be on a power play here.
It's possible, but I wouldn't be surprised if a major call comes in here, at least in between, but there's really no way to say till it goes up on the board.
And again, it really could have been prevented there with just a simple whistle and a hook or whatever you wanted to call there on the way down. And the next thing you know, you got guys punching. You got McDonald getting tossed down without a helmet on. I mean,
what's scary is there were about 3 different guys head first in the brawl, and you just couldn't see where their heads were going, and guys were going on top of them. This isn't football, so
yeah, and
there's not as much protection there.
Sit T-Mac down as well.
Looks like there's not going to be a penalty.
Yeah, most likely not. Probably see some
little
coincidental.
matching.
Yeah. Officials just discussing now with each of the coaches, explaining what they're calling. And
I mean, we laugh sometimes about Tommy McDonald's penalty situation on the season, but this one really, there's not much he can do about it.
It's definitely not his fault.
No.
You know, there's no penalties up on the board, so.
Especially when you've got no helmet on,
yeah,
you've got to defend yourself.
You're right about that. Beastie Boys said you got to fight for your right to party, right? Party to play hockey.
I mean, they're synonyms, right?
Say less. The Hoosiers will now start on a 5-on-5. Again, just some coincidental penalties and out of play. This one tips. Jack Gustafson, the hot hand. 3-point night already. I'm sure he'll try to continue.
I'm curious if they're just trying to figure out the scoreboard over there or what's going on, because we still aren't seeing anything on our end.
Castercan will chase in deep. No, he'll send a backhand floating across. Brown almost didn't see that on a weird angle next to the net. Castercan will tag up and back in the zone. Brown out of his net to play it. Very dangerous play there. Gustafson steals it away. In deep. Jack Hawkins first on the scene. Freshman shoots it up the boards. This one fired on net. Tagged away by a Hoosier stick. Dangling through Colin Nelson. Nelson fires this one, hitting nothing but end boards. Hawkins will cross left over right. He'll give it off to Castercan. He'll cross red paint looking for Null crossing in the middle. Seemed like he was not ready for a pass there. And just some back and forth tennis as these two teams move. Hoosiers now again left to right. Castercan hits the ice. Puck still in the Hoosiers offensive zone. Far side pass, nearly offsides. That's Cole Ferry. He's the one with 8 points so far in 6 games. He'll send this one a backhander off to the point. Puck still loose in front. Digging for it, Henry Whitliff. He'll take the backhand. That's taken away from him. Shot on net. And Sammy Billis, once again, makes the save. And Billis has had a remarkable season so far. Still very young, but he's 3-0 with a .954 save average.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and he's seen a lot of shots tonight, so we'll see how those numbers increase.
And after an impeccable season last year, you really can't ask for anything more from him.
DiLorenzo chases Slavin awaiting there at the blue line like a hawk. Steals that away. D'Lo fires this one. Puck loose now, Slavin on the backhand. He'll cycle down below. Takes 2 guys to take it. Will Jeremy top right off a great pass. That assist going to Ethan DiLorenzo. He's got a 2-point night.
That was a beautiful play.
And Germs just saw the whole thing set up. He was sitting there.
He was ready to go.
Right in his wheelhouse, top right.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat Brown, top cheddar.
The best part was the Bowling Green defenseman kind of taking a little peek at him and then just deciding to let him stay there. Bad choice, but you live and you learn.
This line's been pretty hot tonight. We'll see if they can continue here on the second half of their shift. Henry Whitliff. He'll dance for a second, send it off. And off Luke Slavin's stick for no icing. Slavin now gets tripped onto the ice. He'll crash into the official. And the Falcons now a one-on-one. Rudo fires this one up front, looking for a pass. No teammate was there to capitalize. Whitliff plays physical there. Nice hit there by D'Lo. Bodies collide in the far side corner. Leo Warner tries to dig it out with his stick. Still in their feet. Just able to step up. Here's Germs again. Will Jeremy. Sends back door and Ethan DiLorenzo! Holy Hoosiers!
Tic-tac-toe, baby. I give one to you, you give one to me. That's how it goes.
I guess D'Lo wants to catch up to Gusty. He's got 3 points now. Each of them has 2 goals and 1 assist. Nothing like some friendly competition. It's now a 7-1 Hoosiers lead. And you have to wonder if there's a third goalie on the bench of the Bowling Green Falcons.
You know, I'm not seeing one over there, but they might be getting one suited up soon enough. You never know.
The Hoosiers will win this one back. Goodfellow sends this one up. Delayed offsides, the Hoosiers will be forced to tag up. Spears does not seem to know. Arm actually went down, so maybe not the case. Just some confusion right now. As a chip saucer pass from the Falcons, they'll just rim this off the end boards. Try to get in the Hoosier zone. It's about the best they can do right now. Simoneau sends this one out through the middle. Shooting it in deep. That was Trey Zeibel. Goodfellow around the boards. Hoosiers trying to chip it out. Spears, a nice backhand pass. Off to Simoneau. Simoneau will get put in the boards. Still Hoosiers possession. Griffin Timmons hits the inboards. That's still another from him. The Falcons send this in. I guess that'll be counted as a shot. But not much muscle left on that. Simoneau gives it off to Timmons. 4:42 here in period 2. Again, the Hoosiers a 7-1 lead. Falcons have a long way to go if they want to catch up. This one fired off of Billis's glove. Making its way back to the blue paint in neutral ice. McDonald, fresh out of the box. He'll put on the jukes. He'll leave a pass for Hawkins. Hawkins tries to send it out to Simoneau. And he must have taken geometry because that worked perfect. No icing. Hawkins sends this one in. Stolen away. O'Flaherty, he'll send this one towards the net. Looking for Kissel, streaking on the near side. Hawkins steps up. He'll send this one off the net. And 3:53, another whistle. The Hoosiers will have a neutral zone faceoff. And Hoosiers, again, as we said, a new black jerseys with the red and white trim. And the visiting Bowling Green Falcons now wearing a white jersey with a Bowling Green logo in the middle and an orange and brown trim.
Something about those featured jerseys tonight in the Frank.
And maybe
Can't
it's the
beat
lucky
it.
charm. Nice hold in there on the blue paint. That was Brandenburg. This one off a tip. No icing the call. The Falcons, again, just trying to get the puck in. Get some shots on Billis. They're having trouble even doing that. McDonald, he'll cross over left and right. The speedster crosses the blue line. He'll shoot this one on the near side pad. A nice save. He'll try to collect his own rebound. Taken away from BG. Brandenburg gets tripped onto the ice. Back to his feet quickly. Castro Kane across the blue line. He'll send this one. A nice low shot there. Reverse hit. Tommy McDonald trying to make sure number 23 remembers 13 in black tomorrow morning.
No doubt about that, and they never even got the penalties up on the board, so I'm not sure they even were called for
anything. It was 5 on 5, so I'm thinking it was probably just coincidental, but
or a matching.
You never know. Henry Williff, he'll dance through the zone. Around the net, he'll go for a wraparound and just nearly stopped by the pad of Brown.
I think he might have thought it went in.
I think he did. He was ready to celebrate.
Yeah, he was.
Henry goes for a hit, evading that. It was Cam Horvath. Williff sends this one to Gustafson. Henry leaves a pass. A one-on-one. Leo Warner stops that from happening. He'll give it back to Gusty off the left skate. Taken away again by the Falcons. Gray, Trent Gray fires this one right in the Indiana logo on the chest of Sammy Billis.
We've seen quite a surplus in goals this period compared to the first. And once again, quite a couple different Hoosiers contributing, which is a big, big thing we've been seeing a lot of this year. And I think it's something that's really important. The depth of your bench is going to take you the farthest, and they've showed that throughout the season, win or loss.
The Hoosiers win this as Luke Slavin will pick it up. Slavin tries a backhand. Toe drag there. He'll pick it up in the corner. Now taken away Bowling Green. They'll send this one across the middle. Slavin puts 2 men. And the Bowling Green bench is now Griffin Timmons. He'll stick handle for a minute as he crosses the logo in middle ice. Timmons down the backhand. He went all 200 feet. Still looking to start something. He'll get pinned up and kill some more time. 1:35 here, period 2. Aiden Goodfellow steps up. Goody drags past 2 men. He'll get pinned up and now put in the boards. Slavin follows. He'll circle around his pass. A beautiful shot there, Hawkins. A nice save by Brown. Again, almost didn't see it. The Hoosiers doing a great job moving the puck all around the zone, making sure Brown has to keep moving left to right.
Looks like it made a little music on the crossbar there too, but we'll never know.
In deep, it goes for a shot, but it's not going to do you any good shooting from the red line. This will be Spears. Spears picks it up, a 1-on-4. Let's see if he can get something. He gets the puck. That's a good start. Spears now slows it up. It's pretty hard to do, 1-on-4. And Spears is just dominating
give it
down
to
there.
him.
Waits for his guys to catch up. And the Hoosiers still with possession. I'd love to know the time of possession because the Hoosiers are just dominating.
Yeah, once they get down low in their offensive zone, they've really been able to start just grinding out plays.
Delayed icing and a lot of unhappy people in orange, brown, and white, if that tells you anything.
Well, looks like there might have been some misconduct down the other end of the ice, but the refs are turning a blind eye, or they actually didn't see it, but they just want to keep going and get the rest of this period over with.
I'm sure they do. The Hoosiers win another faceoff. Flaherty chases in deep. Bowling Green sends us up through the middle. That'll go all the way down. No icing to call. And it looked like Jake Schutte just tripped over his own skate lace there. Couldn't really get any offense. Nice save by Jack Hawkins. We'll give him that. That was his own knee pad, so if he's playing goalie. Oh, a nice shot there at the last second of the buzzer. And quite a period from the Indiana Hoosiers as now a 7-1 lead over the Bowling Green Falcons here in a TSCHL league game play. Not too bad, Kelsey. Not too bad.
Can't complain. I mean, it was action-packed. Couple little scrums, some great goals, and a little bit of back and forth, but a lot of offensive capitalization for the Hoosiers, and that's something that they've really been looking for. While they've played in a couple of high-scoring games these past couple weeks, they haven't really been able to generate as many of the plays as they've wanted to, and so, you know, getting to see them in their home ice, really working down low and getting the results that they're looking for, can't beat it.
You're right about that. We'll be back for a second intermission report in a few minutes. For Kelsey Dennehy, I'm Andrew Gus on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
We're back after period 2 at the Frank Southern Ice Arena, where the Indiana Hoosiers are leading the Bowling Green State Falcons 7-1 after putting up 5 goals in the second period, mostly all by different Hoosiers. Andrew, I'm Kelsey Dennehy alongside Andrew Gus. You want to talk about the second period a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that was great there. We got the offense rolling there. We got lots of goals. I mean, we kept up the shots. That's what you got to do. I think we have like 40-plus shots right now, and we are just going to the third period. So lots of time left. We got a nice big lead. Again, we said we're 3-0 so far on Friday nights with Billis and net. Looking like that might be a fourth. So hopefully we close it out this period.
And this isn't out of the norm for the Hoosiers on a Friday night. We've seen the past 3 weeks them take home a pretty big win on Friday night and then go into Saturday night. So what do they need to do in this third period to go into tomorrow ready to go?
I mean, I think you keep up the physicality, make sure that the Bowling Green Falcons know you're there, tire them down, so when they come in tomorrow afternoon, they're exhausted and ready to go back to Bowling Green.
Hey, that's all you can do. We're going to send it back in a couple of minutes to play-by-play with Garrett Drake and myself on color commentary. You're watching the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Frank Southern Ice Arena for the start of period number 3 here. Indiana going on a terror in the second, netting 5 goals after a 2-1 lead at the end of the first. They now lead at 7-1. I'm Garrett Drake alongside Kelsey Dennehy for period number 3. Kelsey, we've got 20 more minutes in this one. So far, it's been all Indiana. It was close at first, but they were able to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking with Andrew Gus in the period intermission show about how this is something we've seen consistently the past couple Friday nights, but where we've seen things trickle is towards the end of the third period. You know, you have that big deficit, so what are you going to do with it? And how are you going to use it to your advantage to go into the next day's game ready to go?
Indiana has had a couple of blowout wins on Friday this season. They had a 7-1 win against Concordia as well, and 8-1 against Michigan State last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, but the last weekend they played. So Indiana historically has been excellent on Fridays. They'll just have to try to break the Saturday slump tomorrow. Whitliff drags through the neutral zone and shovels one forward. Now at the far side, Cole Ferry works his way in, sends one on Billis, and he looks like he blew a blade there as he was able to hold on to the puck. And now he's trying to scrape up that ice a little bit. Looks like it might have been slick.
Yeah, that could have been a really bad fall, actually, the way he was going. So I'm glad nothing crazy happened over there, and he was able to pick up the puck, and we're getting ready to take the face-off now.
The ice does look fairly wet, if I say so myself.
That's not unusual for the Frank Southern, but we love it.
So far, we've only had one puck hit the ceiling today, which I was expecting a lot more in that category.
Hey, I mean, can't complain about that, right?
I'm sure we'll see quite a few more. Chambers, wraparound pass, tried to find Spears right there, but it goes wide to Semino. Semino rings that one all the way around the boards to the near corner. Chambers battling for it with a couple Falcons down there. Now Spears gets in on the action. Nice job by Horvath to break free, but he gets muscled off the puck by Griffin Timmons, and now Chambers has it. Spears gets past two defenders and works his way into the attacking zone. That one might have got deflected by Zach Brown as Spears tried the wraparound. And now Hawkins, big hit at center ice, right in front of us as Spears and Hawkins were there. Kissel lost it. Now Jack O'Flaherty has the puck. Hawkins will just dump that one in. 17:55 remaining in period number 3. Indiana up by 6 goals at 7-1. Big hit by Hawkins, and we got an injured player on the far side. Having trouble getting to the bench. Indiana might have numbers here. Finally, he's able to exit. Looked like that was Nolan Sarnowski, number 19 for Bowling Green, who was shaken up. Had to crawl to the bench.
An awkward hit to the hip into the boards, and that's just unfortunate. You can't do much about it.
Zeeble. McDonald. Swooping through the zone. He flicks one on that gets deflected up high and off the netting with 17:01 to go in the period.
Something big we're going to need to see from the Hoosiers in this third period is the catch up with consistency and the fluidity between the offense and the defense, especially in the neutral zone. That's where they faltered in the third periods in these blowouts before.
What a ripper right there by Henry Whitliff.
And he gives them a little bit more breathing room than they already had.
It's always nice when you get interrupted by a goal. And Whitliff put that one right over the right shoulder of Brown right there.
A nice bar down from Whitliff to kick off the period. And the Hoosiers are not stopping at that 7th goal.
Warner just dumps that one all the way in behind Brown, and that's going to be an icing. So we'll go back to the other end.
I honestly think that play caught everyone by surprise because the entire crowd was just silent.
Yeah, there wasn't much of a reaction.
I mean, I obviously am watching the game, but everybody else is too and can scream. So I'm wondering where that was. I guess it was just shock, but great play by Whitliff.
Castricani loses possession, and a big hit by Knoll as he sent Papianu to the deck. Papianu shovels one in that goes wide. Now Gustafson, already with 2 goals today, swooping in. It's gloved down by Castricani. He goes to the backhand, and what a stick save. It looked like Brown reached out and got that one with the edge of his stick right there. That was quite the stick handling display from Castricani right there as well.
He's really stepped out tonight, and it shows not only on his record, but in just the general play of the team.
Goodfellow loses possession, but now Griffin Timmons has it for Indiana. Trying to win their first game in the black jerseys and the first game this season at the Frank. Shot gloved off by Billis by Cameron Horvath. as Billis deflected that one with the glove. Again, a shot sent on Billis, rebound opportunity, but it goes behind the net. Nice job by Timmons to cut off the lane for Trent Gray right there. Now working their way up is DiLorenzo and Jeremy. DiLorenzo shoots one right into the chest of Brown, and we get a whistle. 15-12 to go.
I might go as far as calling those two the dream team tonight. They've been working hard down low, their line, and we haven't seen them back together since the T, really, last season and going to nationals. And I think Coach Weiss has been playing around with the lineup quite a bit the past couple weeks to see where those rookies fit in with everyone, but it looks like they've landed on those two back on the same lineup, and it's definitely paying off.
No question, we've seen quite the variety on the lineup card today this season from Coach Andrew Weiss, especially on the Saturday game. So I'm curious to see what the turnover is when we come to the Frank tomorrow after another dominating Friday effort. Spears centers one that gets blocked out in front. At the blue line, it's kept in by Jack Hawkins. Hawkins loses it, and he's able to get one back after Brandenburg got a deflection. All the way around to the near side they go. Spears backhands one high up over the net. Chambers battling for it in the corner. That one goes high and over the Bowling Green bench as it's caught by one of the coaches over there. Just looking alive.
You know, there's quite a bit of time left on the clock here, 14 minutes, 22 seconds. I'm curious to see if we're going to end up with another scrum in front of the net like we did in the second. You know, Indiana had quite a big lead on Bowling Green, but not as much as they do now, and you can tell they're getting even more frustrated.
Whitliff centers one that gets blocked out in front and taken out of there by Luke Coor for Bowling Green. Whitliff, that one just out of the reach of Tommy McDonald. Nice job picking that one off in the neutral zone by Kissel. McDonald gets cut off, and now the puck goes all the way back by Billis. Zebol gets things going the other way. Kissel loses his stick, and he gets a new one from the bench.
That was quite a beautiful quick change for Kissel over there. Ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like his stick isn't broken, but he just couldn't go back to retrieve it, or else he'd leave the play.
The show must go on. That's what they say, right?
Absolutely. Rather be 5-on-5 with no stick than shorthanded with a stick.
Exactly.
Billis came out of the crease to make that save there. Looks like he might have got a couple attempts at it. Now Castracani sends one on that goes high off the shoulder area of Brown and is able to cover. It looks like that one nearly hit him right in the face. 12:51 to go.
We've seen a lot of great plays from this lineup as well tonight. You've got Castracani, you've got Gustafson, you've got Null. Everybody's just doing their part, and it's very much so showing.
Goodfellow centers one. Working his way in is Gustafson, and he runs into a pile of traffic out in front of the net. Goodfellow gets hit into the boards on the near side there by Luke Schuler. And now here comes Castracani. Dangling around, he shoots one and he scores! Castracani, number 2 on the night. And it's 9-1 Indiana with 12:12 to go. He just waited and waited and put it right past Brown.
It was a great play. It was a patient play. And those are the kinds of plays that the Hoosiers are looking for to make right now. And, you know, looks like there's a little bit of a budding contest going on over here between Castracani and Gustafson. You know, two goals. Gustafson's got a lead on him with an assist right now, I believe. But
Yeah, DiLorenzo has 2 as well.
Yep.
With the penalty shot.
We'll see where the night takes us.
That one goes all the way behind Brown. Also, we've just been informed in our YouTube comments that number 19 for Bowling Green tonight is actually Luke Orrs. I have it down as Nolan Sarnowski on my roster. We just go off whatever information we can find, so we'd like to thank the comments for giving us the correct name there.
Yes, keeping us honest and real. We do not appreciate it more. It's so helpful.
Shots on goal, Indiana leading 5-4, 7-3 in hits. And in the faceoffs, they're currently up 5-2. Andrew Gus keeping everybody honest today on the tech and the game track, keeping shots, hits, and faceoffs for us. Battle for the puck in the far corner, and finally Bowling Green able to clear, but that one ripped high over the net off the stick of Hawkins. Slavin and Jeremy run into each other there and give up possession, but Hawkins able to get it back. We get a stoppage with 10:56 to go, and looks like it's going to be an icing.
That was the most emotional expression I've ever seen from somebody missing a tip-in pass to clear the ice. Ethan DiLorenzo looked so upset.
Yeah, he knew immediately that it was going back the other
Yeah.
way. Now DiLorenzo makes a great block, and he wins the race for the puck. He loses his footing. He's tried to center one, and Slavin got a chance at it. And now they're battling out in front as bodies collide in the crease once again. We've seen lots of goalie contact tonight.
He made a great opportunity for his line mates there, though. I mean, he was down on the ice and was able to pretty much accurately shoot a pass a little backwards, and, you know, a goal didn't come from it, but it's a great way to keep going and go with the flow.
Nobody said you had to be on your feet to get an assist, Kelsey.
Exactly. He's doing the most.
Nick Tigges works his way up through the neutral zone. That pass gets deflected and taken in by Henry Whitliff behind the Indiana net. They find Matt Spears. Spears had a beautiful assist on the Gustafson goal earlier in the period. Actually, it was the Simino goal that he assisted on.
Speaking of Simino, just crawled out of the back of the net. Little stoppage of play to readjust, get in there. I didn't fully see how he ended up in the net, but looks like the Hoosiers are going to get a nice chance to set up down low over here.
Regardless, there's normally lots and lots of stoppages here at the Frank for various reasons, whether it be hitting the ceiling or the net coming off its bearings or you name it.
The occasional bird, you know.
It's a special place, but we love it.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Core gets muscled off the puck. And Whitliff has it again. Cross ice pass. Warner tried sending that one to Spears, but it hits off his skate. Now Billis will try to direct traffic. More than halfway through the final period of play, unless Bowling Green can come up with 8 quick goals in the final 9.5 minutes.
I mean, I can't say I've ever seen it done, but
Mad scramble out in front of Billis, and Chambers able to come out and work the other way for Indiana. Kissel gains the zone and then loses it immediately. Timmons took a couple whacks at that bouncing puck, and finally it's sticked down by Bowling Green. A shot saved by Billis. Rebound, another opportunity, and Billis made a couple good saves with the blocker there.
completely unfazed.
Timmons and Goodfellow playing pitch and catch, and now the puck is sent in deep by Papianu. McDonald shoots one that gets blocked out in front. Rebound by Kissel, but he was unable to fully get a stick on it. Now here comes Papianu the other way for Bowling Green. That one gets deflected, and Kissel gains possession once again, swooping from right to left. At the blue line, Schuler works his way in. That one blocked by Hawkins with the stick. We've seen a few blocked shots from Indiana today. Not many pucks have been able to make their way to Billis. Castracani gains the zone. Tried to dangle through a couple defenders, and now Bowling Green takes it the other way. Brandenburg sends that one all the way behind the net. Castracani finds Hawkins, who just takes a whack at it. And now Bowling Green goes the other way, but they give it away immediately. Lots of changes of possession. Gustafson works his way in and centers one, but nobody was there. Had the right idea, just no reinforcements on that one. Brandenburg dumps it off to Hawkins. Castracani dangles a diver. Now works his way to the far side. And we get a whistle with 7:03 to go in the period. And at this point, Kelsey, it's just a matter of how much Indiana's going to win by.
Exactly, and you know, we've got a couple guys on hat trick alert. So we'll see who comes out on top in this little, I wouldn't say, a little friendly competition. You know, you're up by this much, really trying to get set up down low and make those plays. We'll see who can get it back first.
If you're just tuning in, DiLorenzo, Castracani, and Gustafson all currently with 2 goals. That one goes all the way behind Billis and is fielded by Whitliff, who has a goal as well. During the break, they called a penalty on Bowling Green, too. So Indiana now on the power play, and they get their first power play goal of the season. Just when we expected it the least.
And now Jeremy's contending for that.
Will Jeremy gets goal number 2 on the night, as you mentioned, and it's the first power play goal for the Hoosiers. They're finally off the schneid, Kelsey.
Nobody even came near him as he was moving up the ice. It was fast, and he knew exactly where he was going, and he got the job done. And now the Hoosiers are leading by 9, which is pretty hard to come up from.
Coming into the game, Kelsey, Indiana was 0 for 22 on the power play. They had a couple of earlier opportunities today as well, but they finally get their first power play goal, and they get their 10th of the game, the most goals they've had all season. Whitliff trying for number 2 as well as he went to a wraparound, but Brown was able to stop it. Slavin gets spun around and taken to the deck as Bowling Green moves the other way. Here's a shot gloved down by Billis, and he's able to cover that one off the stick of Colin Nelson.
I mean, the Hoosiers are really having no mercy tonight. We'll see if they end up trying to sneak a few home, but I saw a couple guys trying to creep the circle over there, trying to stick one home. I mean, you've got Whitliff, who's looking for a second. You've got 4 different guys looking for their hat trick, and a couple who already have 3 points on the night. It's definitely getting interesting.
And with the TSCHL matchup today, you just never know when goal differential, goals allowed, all those things could come into play in the standings. So really in these matchups, you got to play every single game until it's over.
Exactly, because you never know how that's going to play out at the end of the season or where you're going to need that extra goal.
Spears backhands one to Goodfellow. Now Spears gets pressed up against the boards right in front of us, and the Falcons able to come away with it. Indiana looking for their first double-digit lead of the season if they're able to find the back of the net one more time.
I wouldn't put it past them. They are on a roll right now.
Brown covers that one up with 4:48 remaining in the period.
I mean, this period, Sammy Billis has really only contested maybe 2 shots maximum. So it's a nice break for him, but also good to see him in net and able to do some things.
You see Sammy putting both of his arms up on the crossbar as we get set for the face-off here, looking leisurely. It's been a chill day for Mr. Billis.
I know, he's just relaxing back there. And honestly, Andrew Gus just showed me the stats. Only up by 3 shots on the period. 10-3, or 10-7, excuse me, the Hoosiers leading shots, and yet the scoreboard tells a totally different story.
Yeah, this has been the period where Billis has felt the most pressure, especially since there's still 4.5 minutes to go, but he's made some pretty good saves. Don't get me wrong. Rudo. Toe drag and plays it back to the blue line to be taken by Tigges. Cross ice pass, they shoot, deflected up front off the stick of Nitschke, and they score. Bowling Green able to cut into the deficit. It's 10-2, and that's going to be Cameron Horvath taking credit for the goal as he'll trot through the handshake line first. That's number 2 on the season for Horvath.
It honestly looked like Billis didn't even think the play was continuing. I mean, he had his back completely facing the whole opposite side of the net, which is unusual for him, and he kind of put up his shoulders like a shrug at the end. So who knows, but it honestly doesn't really matter because they've only got 4 minutes left. So
a couple big collisions in the neutral zone as O'Flaherty comes out with it. Billis paddles that one forward, and now he'll flick it into neutral ice. We're down to 3:40 to play from the Frank for the first time this year. O'Flaherty sends one way high over. If there were 2 goals stacked up, I don't know if that would have found the back of the net. Trent Gray flips that one into the neutral zone, and it goes all the way back to be taken by Whitliff. Looks like Indiana trying to burn some time here. Jeremy just swooping around the ice, daring somebody to try to catch him, which is not an easy task if you've seen Will Jeremy skate.
he's got a need for speed, that's for sure.
Jeremy gloves that one down to himself and leaves it off for Goodfellow. Centering pass gets knocked away, and DiLorenzo flings one behind the net. Guster Slavin went for the lacrosse move right there, the Michigan, and he just missed putting it home.
It was pretty close, I'll give him that. When we were talking about generating offensive opportunities, that's not what I had in mind, but it's pretty good if you ask me.
One minute and 49 seconds remaining in the third here. That one deflected off the blocker of Brown, and Slavin able to get possession. Bowling Green just trying to get out of tonight and look to tomorrow, where Indiana has yet to win a game on Saturday. Brandenburg gets driven into the boards. That was Luke Schuler putting the hit on. Schuler dumps one off, and a shot sent on net, blocked away by Billis. That was off the stick of Nelson. And we've now reached the final minute of play. That one deflected off by Jeff Wood and taken by Brandenburg. Zeeble gives it away. Spears touches up, and now Indiana can pursue the puck again. 35 seconds remaining. The Hoosiers are going to move to above 500 for the 4th time this season. The question is, will they fall back to 500? Centering pass goes wide, looking for Gustafson. And 20 seconds remaining in this one. Warner rings that one off the boards to find Castricani. And that's going to do it, Kelsey. We're down to the final 5 seconds. Indiana's going to win this one as Castricani zooms in, but he's not going to take a shot. And 10-2 will be the final score today. An impressive win for the Hoosiers as they debut their alternate black uniforms.
You know, it's interesting, too. They take home the Friday night win, which is something we've seen every weekend since the season started. But the opposing team on Friday night, no matter the score, I'm almost positive has always scored the last goal. And that's something interesting to think about looking into Saturday's games where the Hoosiers fall apart a little bit and they play a totally different game than what we've seen tonight and the past couple Fridays. So I'm interested to see if that tradition continues or if it is stopped tomorrow, considering this is one of the best third periods I think they've had this season.
Yeah, Indiana's been a trendy team. As you mentioned, Kelsey, hopefully they can break the streak of Saturday losses as we come back here tomorrow. Puck drop will be at 3:30, and Kelsey Dennehy and Andrew Gus will be back with the post-game intermission report here in just a second. You have been watching Indiana Hoosiers hockey on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.
We're here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena where the Indiana Hoosiers dominated the Bowling Green State University Falcons 10-2 in this Friday night matchup here at the Frank. For Andrew Guss, I'm Kelsey Dennehy. Andrew, do you want to talk about that third period a little bit? The Hoosiers didn't really contribute as many goals as in the second period, but they held a lot stronger in the third period than they have in the previous Friday night thirds.
That's a great point. I mean, all they had to do was be physical, as we said, and they really brought the physical dominance to that third period, as well as getting a few more shots on net. I mean, that's all they needed. They had a big lead going into it. The point of the third period is kind of just make sure Bowling Green was held off, and all they did was put in one that was kind of an iffy goal. So not really much to complain about there. That's a pretty solid third period, and look for that tomorrow.
You know, you mentioned that goal. I was talking about with Garrett on the broadcast how the opposing team has scored the last goal in almost every Friday night matchup the Hoosiers have had thus far, regardless of the score. How do you think that plays into the momentum they bring into their Saturday afternoon matchup like they have tomorrow?
I mean, you even saw there, those guys are smiling. Some of the student checks them saying, scoreboard, scoreboard. But, you know, at the end of the day, a goal's a goal. And although it didn't really do much in this game, I mean, it helps one player, and maybe he'll help another player. It's a chain reaction. So want to get the Hoosiers going that way, too.
Absolutely, and a lot of physicality tonight. How do you expect to see the Falcons come back tomorrow, ready to kind of even up the series and hopefully get themselves back at 500?
Well, have we seen for all these series so far, I mean, day two, it seems like every team we've played has come back a lot more physical, and they try to bring it to us. So would not be surprised if we see a very physical game tomorrow. And, I mean, that's one game. They lost today, but tomorrow's a fresh day and a fresh game. So.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, the Hoosiers and the Falcons will be back at the Frank Southern Ice Arena tomorrow for an afternoon 3:30 p.m. puck drop. So make sure you tune in to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network for a full broadcast for that game. And with that, for Andrew Guss, I'm Kelsey Dennehy. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast tonight, and we will see you tomorrow.